Tell me, what did that message of yours mean? Did you fall for Su Chingsu? How could you change your heart and like someone else? If you don't get back together with me, I'll post all 10,000 of your ugly photos online. My name is He Kong. I'm an internet influencer. Over the past 2 years, I've also acted in a few mildly popular web dramas. 2 years ago, I broke up with my girlfriend of 5 years who never had time for me. And today, 2 years later, I saw her interview. Now, she's become the best actress of the ZM Awards. In the interview, the host brought up a trending topic, a recent viral post online about the boy you liked during your youth. Liu Ruoyan smiled, though there was a trace of melancholy in it. I dated him for 5 years, and then we broke up. Honestly, I was pretty heartbroken at the time. I didn't want to break up, but my pride wouldn't let me stop it either. So I threw out some harsh words at him. I said, fine, break up then, and told him not to regret it. The host, always eager for drama, pressed on. Well, now that you've won the Best Actress award, do you think he regrets it? Liu Ruoyan's smile faded. No! But when I got the script for DY, the lead female role, I made up my mind. I wanted him to see me every time he turned on the TV. I wanted him to know just how amazing I am. She spoke with righteous conviction. Underneath the interview post, fans flooded the comments. So you want him to see how great you are, and then come crawling back, right? Enough already. You obviously miss him. Just go to bed. You've been famous for 2 years now, and he still hasn't regretted it. I stared at the comments, momentarily stunned. Regret? Maybe just a tiny bit. But honestly, Liu Ruoyan is ridiculously shameless. She wants me to regret? Maybe in the next lifetime. But then again, she does have her pride. For example, back then, when I said we should break up, it was just an angry remark. She knew that, but that day, she refused to back down. She chose her pride and agreed to the breakup. And now, if she regrets it, it's too late. Liu Ruoyan and I have known each other for 8 years. We dated for 5, always fighting, always making up. We must have broken up countless times. But every time we did, we'd be back together within a few hours. That last time, though, I had already planned out the entire trip for the next few days. But at the hotel in Sonir, she stepped out onto the balcony to take a call, and then she started packing her suitcase. When I stepped out of the shower, I was completely dumbfounded. What are you doing? She stood up and hugged me. A last-minute audition came up. This opportunity is really important to me. Sorry, baby. Next time, I swear. Before she could even finish her promise, I cut her off. There won't be a next time. We're breaking up, Liu Ruoyan. This time, I meant it more than ever. I had spent so many sleepless nights planning this trip. I had been waiting for these few days together. And in the end, she poured ice-cold water all over it. But the moment I said those words, I regretted it. Maybe Liu Ruoyan saw the determination in my eyes. The moment I spoke, she went silent for a while. Then, surprisingly, she agreed. Fine, break up then. But don't regret it. Dragging her suitcase behind her, she walked out of the room. The next day, I packed my bags and went home. The trip I had planned, I never went on it because the person I had planned it for was gone. I tossed my phone aside, pulled my cap low over my face, and decided to nap for a bit. The assistant sitting next to me, also my close friend, nudged me with his elbow. Your fans are asking when you're posting again. Liu Ruoyan scrolled through Weibo, reminding me. I was in a bad mood from being woken up, so I shot him a cold look. Isn't that your job to deal with? Liu Ruoyan met my gaze for 2 seconds, then quickly looked down, tapping away on my phone. A few minutes later, he handed it back to me. A new Weibo post was already up on my account. The caption read, "Which photo should I send to my crush?" Attached were 9 different pictures of me in various styles. The moment the post went live, fans immediately flooded the comments. DY hubby, 333, I love the soft puppy boy look. The exotic, mysterious type is my fave. Wait, no one's gonna ask who the crush is? A few minutes later, a new comment appeared. from none other than Best Actress Liu Ruoyan. Send this one. Attached was a photo of me from when we were dating. Liu Ruoyan's Best Actress title must really be worth its weight in gold. In just a few minutes, my Weibo had shot up to the top of the trending entertainment list. Fuming, I hastily removed Liu Ruoyan from my green bubble blacklist. Are you an idiot? Don't you know that a proper ex should act like they're dead? Do you have any sense of boundaries? Why the hell are you still holding onto photos of your ex-boyfriend? Liu Ruoyan ignored my rant entirely. Who's your crush? I let out a frustrated groan. Why the hell does my ex-girlfriend care so much about me? How is that any of your business? Liu Ruoyan. Is she from the industry? Wait, don't tell me it's that Singer. Su Qingsu, the one who just had a concert a few days ago. I froze. Wait. How the hell do you know that I went to Su Qingsu's concert? I narrowed my eyes. Liu Ruoyan. Are you spying on me? Liu Ruoyan sent a sticker. It was an eerie meme, with text that read, I will always secretly keep watching you, forever and ever, till the end of time. I shuddered. Is she still not over me? Liu Ruoyan, are you jealous? She replied with a voice message. I glanced at the driver up front, then at Gu Wuyan sleeping beside me. After making sure no one was paying attention, I tapped on the audio. He Kong, tell me. Who's your crush? Her voice was still as gentle as ever. I felt something stir inside me. Then, before I could react, my phone automatically played the second voice message. Otherwise, I'll post one of those thousands of photos I have of you. One every day. My smile instantly vanished. I cursed under my breath. 2 years after our breakup, and she's still the same damn person. She knows exactly how much I care about my public image. And she's using it against me. I was pissed, but there was nothing I could do about her. Back when we were dating, she loved taking photos of me. The only problem, her photography skills were absolute garbage. But of course, I doted on my girlfriend back then, so I put up with it. Even went out of my way to encourage her. This time, I really shot myself in the foot. Never in my life did I think it would come back to bite me like this. Ding dong. Liu Ruoyan sent to more messages. Seen but no reply? Fine, I'll post them then. I panicked and replied instantly. That was Gu Wuyan's caption. I don't have a crush. Liu Ruoyan. Then what about Su Qingsu? I was at my limit. Are you done or not? She replied. Forget about Su Qingsu. She has a boyfriend. Their relationship is solid. I turned to Gu Wuyan, who was still half asleep, and shook him awake. Su Qingsu has a boyfriend. Give up and find someone else to chase. Su Qingsu was Gu Wuyan's idol. He had been crushing on her for a year. When she finally held a concert, he had to go, no matter what. Begged me for ages until I gave in. Because, well, sons have to be spoiled. But my taste in people after the breakup? Apparently terrible. Another message popped up from Liu Ruoyan. In our chat window, I always knew Liu Ruoyan had a sharp tongue. Back when I was pursuing her, I had to endure months of her sarcastic jabs. I put up with them for half a year before she finally gave in. But after we started dating, she wasn't like this anymore. Turns out, old habits die hard. Holding back my frustration, I typed, Liu Ruoyan, you licked your lips and realized you poisoned yourself. She shot back instantly. Nope. Gu Wuyan, noticing my expression, looked over curiously. What happened? Gritting my teeth, I spat out. Liu Ruoyan is so damn annoying. You contacted her again? Aha, I knew it. You two will never actually break up. When's the reunion? I glared at him, rage boiling. Shut the hell up. With the way she's pissing me off right now, there's no way we're getting back together. Not a damn chance. That night, after heading back to our apartment, Gu Wuyan and I lounged on the couch, binge-watching a show. His phone suddenly rang. My studio's official social media account was managed by him. He glanced at his screen, then turned to me. Bro, a variety show just sent you an offer. I lazily crunched on a chip and asked, what kind of show? Dating DJs. I frowned, thinking, Never heard of it. Must be a new one. Not interested. Liu Ruoyan looked troubled. They're offering 30 million. I set up immediately. What the hell are we waiting for? Sign me up. Hesitating even for a second would be disrespectful to money. The reality show Dating DJS had taken the entertainment world by storm. The production team had gathered 5 pairs of ex-couples from the industry and required them to act like they were still in love on camera. Viewers would then vote on which pair seemed like they wanted to rekindle their relationship. I boarded the flight to Sonir, glanced at the requirements sent by the production team, and scoffed. In my 20-something years, I had only ever dated one person, Liu Ruoyan. What kind of low-tier variety show was this? Surely, they couldn't have gotten Liu Ruoyan. But just in case, I sent her a message before takeoff. Hey, are you in that Dating DJS show? She responded almost instantly. What's Dating DJS? You want to get back together with me? I blinked. It had only been 2 years since our breakup. Had Liu Ruoyan completely lost it? How did she even connect a dating show to getting back together? No! I meant it's a variety show. Did you sign up for it? The little typing bubble popped up on her chat window. I waited patiently and waited until my patience ran out. Can I sit here? I tore my gaze away from my phone, stiffly looked up, and met eyes with Liu Ruoyan. She waved her phone in front of my face, slowly enough that I could clearly see the ugly photo of me displayed on her screen. I might have really underestimated this show's budget. They actually managed to get Liu Ruoyan, and to top it off, this damn woman was on the same flight as me. I forced a fake smile. Of course you can. Before long, we arrived at the filming site. The production team had already informed us that from the moment we stepped off the plane, there would be surveillance cameras following us. The moment Liu Ruoyan and I appeared on the live broadcast, the internet exploded. Oh my god, this live stream was in my recommendations. I thought I was seeing things when I saw Liu Ruoyan. Wait, it's really her? Why the hell is Liu Ruoyan in some random low-budget dating show? Wait, wasn't Su Chingsu supposed to be in a stable relationship? I tilted my head slightly, turning to Liu Ruoyan with a confused expression. Is that Su Chingsu? Why would she be on this show? I thought you said she and her boyfriend were solid? Liu Ruoyan narrowed her eyes slightly. Are you sure you don't like Su Chingsu? If you don't, why are you so focused on her? The moment she said that, the live chat went crazy again. Wait, isn't this show supposed to be Dating DJS? These two don't even look like they broke up. As a neutral bystander, I get it now. Liu Ruoyan must have come for her ex. I shot her a strange look. And how does whether I like Su Chingsu or not concern you? Are you from the seaside? Why are you so nosy? Ex-girlfriend. I emphasized the word ex, as if to remind her, or maybe to remind myself. We were long over. Where does he Kong get this superiority complex from? Does he actually think Liu Ruoyan wants to get back with him? I swear, one of the guests on this show is an ex-boyfriend who has a huge crush on Liu Ruoyan. Exactly. Guys like he Kong, all talk, watch. The moment Liu Ruoyan starts dating someone else, he'll change his tune. Suddenly, a lively male voice called out, Liu Senpai! A young man dragged his suitcase as he ran in our direction. Well, not my direction. He was making a beeline for Liu Ruoyan. I recognized him immediately. It was Itu Makoto, her latest co-star from the new drama they had just filmed together. Their show was currently blowing up online. Fans were obsessed with their Forbidden's romance storyline. And on top of that, Itu was actually a good friend of mine. Wow, I never expected you to join a show like this. Come on, tell me. Who's your ex? Itu Makoto. Liu Ruoyan greeted him warmly, completely unfazed by his blunt question. Yeah, these two were definitely close. I decided to act like I barely knew him on camera. Hello, Itu senpai. Itu turned to me, his eyes lighting up. He Kong. I love your short dramas. But wait, why are you here? And more importantly, who's your ex? Before I could answer, I glanced at the woman beside me, who looked completely unbothered and scoffed. My ex is dead. How the hell would we rekindle anything? Right. Liu senpai? Liu Ruoyan chuckled. Oh, really? If she's truly dead, then I doubt even as a ghost, she'd let you off the hook. E2 Makoto's eyes sparkled with excitement. Damn, true hatred between exes. With all the guests gathered, we entered the villa. E2 suddenly nudged me with his elbow. Look over there. He grinned. That guy really likes Liu senpai. You better keep an eye on him. I followed his gaze and recognized the man immediately. Boda. He'd been a recurring side character in Liu Ruoyan's dramas for years, ever since she debuted. I actually used to argue with her about him. No one just coincidentally keeps appearing in someone's life, unless they're doing it on purpose. After we broke up, I stopped caring. But now, he had followed her all the way to a dating show. I brushed off E2's warning. Why the hell would I need to watch out for him? If they really wanted to be together, they would have done it ages ago. E2 sighed, exasperated. You can't think like that. Persistent guys always win in the end. If someone actually steals Liu Ruoyan away, you'll be the one crying. It's been 2 years, not 2 days. If she really couldn't let me go, she would have come back for me already. My voice sounded irritated. I wasn't even sure why. Maybe because I never really let her go either. Alright, with all the guests gathered, let's start our first group task. The director's voice rang out. The first task is a paired challenge. The classic three-legged race. Couples must reach the finish line 10 meters away within 10 seconds. Otherwise, you lose your grocery budget. And you'll have no food for dinner. Boda immediately took the chance. He stepped forward, his voice confident. Liu senpai, would you like to pair up with me? Liu Ruoyan glanced at me. I quickly looked away, refusing to meet her gaze. E2, watching my reaction closely, suddenly reached for Liu Ruoyan's arm. Nope! Liu senpai is teaming up with me. He threw me a glance, a subtle, knowing look, almost like he was telling me, don't worry, buddy, I got this. Your love, I'll protect it. I thought to myself, yeah, no need for that. Back in school, Liu Ruoyan and I once played the three-legged race. At that time, we had already been dating for 2 years, and yet our coordination was terrible. E2 Makoto was all delicate skin and one bones. Fall and he'd be done for. I stepped forward. I'll do it instead, Liu senpai. Come on, do me a favor. Damn, this is why she's best actress. 3 handsome guys fighting to team up with her. 2 up. Can Hikong not be this self-important? If you want to team up, just say it properly. What the hell is do me a favor? Does he think Liu Ruoyan is his pet? Honestly, she's probably gonna pick E2 Makoto or Boda. They seem really close. Hikong is just a nobody here. But Liu Ruoyan didn't refuse me. Our legs were tied together. My right foot to her left. For a moment, it felt like we were back in university. In the carefree days before everything changed. What are you spacing out for? Be careful later, don't fall. I stared at Liu Ruoyan's face, momentarily dazed. Why aren't you eating again? I'll be away for work. Who's going to take care of you? Didn't I tell you not to throw your clothes around? What if you lose them? Your stomach isn't great. Eat something nutritious. Stop eating junk food all the time. For just a second, Liu Ruoyan now overlapped with the Liu Ruoyan from the past, as if nothing had changed. As if we were still together. Alright, start, the director called. And just like before, Liu Ruoyan and I had zero coordination. We failed the challenge. Boda scoffed, looking displeased. I told you to let me do it. If you don't have the skill, don't take the damn job. You want to starve everyone? No wonder Liu Ruoyan broke up with him. These two have zero chemistry. Wait, are they even real exes? I don't get it. Hikong really just seems useless. I thought they'd be a power couple, but nope. I wanted to apologize to Boda. It was my selfishness that caused us to lose. But before I could, Liu Ruoyan stepped forward. It was my fault. I tripped him by accident. I stared at her back, puzzled. Why would she do that? Liu Ruoyan is seriously such a great ex. Even after all this, she's still standing up for He Kong. I really don't get why He Kong broke up with her. In 2025, I just want a girlfriend like Liu Ruoyan. Even though Liu Ruoyan and I failed the challenge, the other 3 pairs succeeded. We split into groups. 2 teams went out to buy groceries. The rest stayed behind to prepare dinner. Liu Ruoyan and I were on shopping duty. Sharing the same car, we headed to a nearby supermarket. Thanks for speaking up for me earlier. Liu Ruoyan looked slightly surprised. You're not arguing with me today? If I don't stand up for you, then who will? As long as I'm around, I'm the only one who gets to bully you. Anyone else, not a damn chance. I didn't know how to respond. Because to me, those words sounded an awful lot like a confession. The silence in the car lingered all the way to the supermarket. The moment we arrived, she instinctively opened the car door for me, and then, without hesitation, took my hand. What do you feel like eating later? Before I could even answer, she continued on her own. How about cola chicken wings? Braised prawns too. Oh, and spicy poached beef. You love that. Let's just buy them all. The camera woman following us couldn't help but comment. Liu senpai, these dishes aren't exactly easy to cook. Maybe buy something simpler? Without even looking up, Liu Ruoyan carefully inspected the shrimp and replied, It's fine, I'll cook. I glanced down at our hands. She was still holding onto mine. Holding hands while picking shrimp? That definitely wasn't normal. I tried to pull away slightly, but instead of letting go, she tightened her grip. What the hell? She even interlocked our fingers. For what? Liu Ruoyan, have some self-respect, please. Honestly, I still don't see a single redeeming quality in He Kong. What the hell does Liu Ruoyan even like about him? She's gorgeous, rich, and a great cook. She's literally my dream woman, and the way she's acting right now might as well have I want him back written across her forehead. Meanwhile, what the hell is He Kong doing? Liu Ruoyan, can you let go now? She stopped in her tracks, grabbed a pack of hot pot base, then calmly responded, Why should I? Those who do not follow the rules, then how should one run a business? Let me give you a kiss. Liu Ruoyan's expression seemed deep in thought. Is that okay? If you really want to kiss me, it's not entirely impossible. I couldn't help but lightly kick her on the shin. How can she still be so shameless? What about in front of the camera? You can mess around with food, but words shouldn't be thrown around carelessly. Besides, who breaks up and still kisses their ex? I held back. On the way back to the villa, I received a text from an unknown number. Mr. He Kong, can you stop clinging to Liu Ruoyan? Back then, in order to protect you from ******, she signed a betting agreement with the company. Now that things have finally started to look up for her, she may have forgotten the hardships she endured. But as the one who benefited from it, you must not forget. How could you repay kindness with betrayal? The gap between you two now is beyond significant. A wise person knows their own limits. A betting agreement? Has she been relentlessly taking on acting roles these past 2 years? Because of that agreement? And why would she do it for me? My head was filled with questions, yet no one could give me an answer. One thing I could be certain of. Gap between me and the woman beside me was growing wider and wider. So wide that it made me feel inferior. Only after returning to the villa did I realize that the 2 groups of guests waiting inside also had a mission. They were love observers. And by some twist of fate, my good friend Itu Makoto happened to be one of them. Seeing Liu Ruoyan and me return, he approached, taking the shopping bags from my hands. You two are really sweet together. Tell me, do you really have no intention of getting back together? I glanced at Liu Ruoyan's silhouette as she busied herself in the kitchen. Suddenly, that text message resurfaced in my mind. To be honest, that person wasn't wrong. How could we get back together? If it were 2 years ago, I would have said yes in a heartbeat. But now, the gap between us is simply too vast. Liu Ruoyan deserves to be with someone better. Not someone like me stuck in the past, unable to move forward. Oh, come on. How can you think like that? She obviously still has feelings for you. I gave a faint smile. To tell you the truth, I've been waiting for her to come back to me all this time. I never really let her go. But if she really did take that step toward me now, I think I might still back down. Liu Ruoyan is too good. So good that I feel unworthy of her. Itu Makoto looked at me with a complex expression. Even he couldn't find the right words to console me. After all, the problem lay within myself, not external factors. Jiboda stormed out of the kitchen with a dark expression. Seeing me chatting with Itu Makoto, he tossed a bowl of garlic onto the table. Some people aren't just bad at playing games. Everyone else is helping out, and he's slacking off. I was already in a gloomy mood, so I couldn't be bothered to argue with Jiboda. I simply took the garlic from him and started peeling. The moment Liu Ruoyan stepped out of the kitchen, she saw me, head down, peeling garlic. She immediately snatched it away. Since when do you do this kind of work? What's gotten into you? I couldn't tell whether it was because Jiboda's words stung, or because I was painfully aware of the enormous gap between Liu Ruoyan and me. A wave of grievance surged within me. Tears welled up in my eyes beyond my control. I glared at her, eyes red, and retorted, "Why can't I? I just wanted to help, that's all." Liu Ruoyan's gaze softened, as if she wanted to say something but held back. She took a tissue and gently wiped my tears. Her voice was patient, gentle. "What are you crying for? It's not like I don't want your help." She took my hand and led me into the kitchen. Then she slid the door shut behind us, blocking the other guests' curious stares. "Why did you suddenly cry? Did something upset you?" I stubbornly turned my head away. 30 million for a show appearance, what could possibly upset me? But this amount of money probably means nothing to Senior Liu, right? After all, the woman before me. One single drama could earn her several times that amount. What's with that tone? Why so sarcastic? This entire show was my investment. My hands, which were rinsing vegetables, paused mid-motion. I turned my head toward her, unsettled. "What did you just say?" Liu Ruoyan set down the knife and looked at me seriously. I said, this entire show was my investment. The 30 million, that was my gift to you. Otherwise, why else would you agree to come on this show? Why are you giving money to your ex-boyfriend? Liu Ruoyan let out a soft, amused sigh. Are you really that clueless, or are you just pretending? I came here to ask for us to get back together. Did you hear me clearly? I stood there, stunned. My God, this is too romantic. She invested in a variety show just to ask for a reunion. Liu Ruoyan really loves deeply. What is he Kong still hesitating for? Say yes already. To be honest, if I were he Kong, I would probably take some time to think it through too. After all, Liu Ruoyan is way too dazzling right now. It's completely understandable to feel inferior in this situation, but something doesn't make sense. If Liu Ruoyan truly loved He Kong, why didn't she ask to get back together sooner? Why wait 2 years for this moment? Maybe He Kang's hesitation is because of that as well. He Kong, do you want to get back together with me? In the short span of this one sentence, a million thoughts raced through my mind. I do want to. But some things aren't as simple as just saying yes. 3 million means nothing to her. Yet it's an amount I could never earn in my lifetime. What happens to Liu Ruoyan's career after we reconcile? And what about that betting agreement? Could her fans even accept it? Not to mention, she just won Best Actress. If dating me means she have to pay an astronomical penalty for breaching her contract, then what? I can't be the reason she suffers. Liu Ruoyan, I don't want to get back together. I didn't even know how I managed to say those words. All I knew was that the moment they left my lips, it felt like someone had wrenched my heart out. The pain making it hard to breathe. Liu Ruoyan looked at me. Why? He Kong, don't tell me you've fallen for someone else. Because aside from that, I can't think of any reason why you'd reject me. We've broken up and gotten back together so many times, and you've never turned me down before. Her expression dimmed, a self-deprecating glint flickering in her eyes. Is it because I was too late? Because I waited 2 years, is that it? 2 years is long enough for everything to change. So you've moved on? Of course, I haven't moved on. But this was the perfect excuse to cut ties. Yes, I have someone I like now. Who? Su Qingsu. You told me before that you didn't like her. Liu Ruoyan stared at me, relentless in her questioning. Well, I like her now. Is that not allowed? Liu Ruoyan laughed softly. Kong, you always avert your eyes when you lie. Don't bother trying to fool me. I know exactly what's going on in your heart. I lowered my gaze. And finally, I told Liu Ruoyan what was truly on my mind. Liu Ruoyan, I really don't want you to be so impulsive about this. Our relationship ended 2 years ago, didn't it? 2 years ago, you chose your career over getting back together with me. And now, 2 years later, you've achieved everything you wanted. You shouldn't be coming back to me now. I don't want you to look back 10 or 20 years from now with regret in your voice and tell me you made a mistake today. Liu Ruoyan closed her eyes briefly. So, you still mind that I didn't come back sooner? I can explain. You can explain. But I don't want to hear it. Because that's not the point at all. I held back my tears, quickly rinsed the vegetables in the sink, and walked out of the kitchen. I returned to the bedroom that the production team had prepared for me. I stayed there until dinner. Until Ito Makoto came to get me. He pushed open my door. Why do you look like you've been crying so hard? Liu Ruoyan wants to get back together. And I rejected her because of my so-called insecurity and the betting agreement. I nodded lightly. He patted my shoulder. Why are you doing this to yourself? If two people like each other, they should just be together. The betting agreement, she made that choice herself. I shook my head. You don't understand, Ito Makoto. For 2 years, I resented her countless times. I resented her for not coming back to me. But now, the truth is staring me in the face. And it turns out it was all because of me. She carried so much weight on her shoulders for my sake. And yet, I still blamed her for abandoning our years of love. I threw childish tantrums at her. I even kept thinking about making her bow her head. When she was struggling, I wasn't there for her. And now that she's finally made it out of the storm, the first thing she does is ask me to get back together. When I compare what she has done to what I have done, I really feel like the worst person alive. I truly don't deserve her. I sobbed uncontrollably. I thought back to just a few days ago, when I removed her from my block list, and how I treated her since then. I regretted everything. How could I have treated such an amazing person like that? But have you ever thought about how she feels? Everything she did was for you. Without you, there would be no Liu Ruoyan as she is today. I shook my head. No, that's not true. Even without me, she would still be where she is today. Liu Ruoyan is amazing. She would succeed no matter what she did. Ito Makoto sighed, as if he had run out of ways to talk sense into me. Are you really going to let go? I bit my lip and finally confessed to him. I don't want to let go. Ito Makoto. The thought of her being with someone else makes me miserable. Ito Makoto didn't respond to me. He only said, "Come in." I looked at him through my tear-blurred vision, wanting to ask what he meant. Then, with a soft click, the door opened. Liu Ruoyan stepped inside. Right in front of me, Ito Makoto hung up his phone. So he had been on the phone with Liu Ruoyan the whole time, which meant she had heard every single word of my pathetic self-pity. Ito Makoto left, leaving just me and Liu Ruoyan in the room. I knelt on the bed in shock, staring at her. She stared back. Liu Ruoyan was the first to break. You don't want to be with me. But you don't want me to be with anyone else either. Kong, how did I never realize how possessive you are? You rejected me so decisively just now. And now you're sitting here crying about it? Anyone else would have fallen for your act by now. But I know you're just saying the opposite of what you feel. She reached out a hand to me. For the last time, do you want to get back together? In response, I placed my hand in hers. Liu Ruoyan tightened her grip just slightly. And suddenly, I was pulled straight into her arms. She held me close and pressed a kiss to the corner of my lips. When the kiss ended, my stomach let out an untimely growl. Liu Ruoyan chuckled. Hungry? Want to go downstairs and eat? I nodded and we went downstairs together. As soon as we sat at the dining table, 6 pairs of eyes turned to us in unison. Looks like Senior Liu managed to coax him back. What's the point of guessing which couples might reconcile? The answer is right in front of us. Exactly. So how did you two meet? The other guests bombarded us with questions. As Liu Ruoyan peeled shrimp for me, she said, "A campus romance." The first time I saw him was in our first year of high school. I was a student council member, and he was a rebellious little troublemaker. As Liu Ruoyan spoke, I found myself remembering our first encounter. Back then, she was the student council representative in charge of catching students who skipped class or arrived late, and I just happened to be one of those latecomers. That day, I had overslept. With no other choice, I climbed a tree and vaulted over the school wall. And just my luck, I got caught by Liu Ruoyan. "Hey, classmate, you're so beautiful," I pleaded. "Can you not write down my name?" But Liu Ruoyan simply replied, "Hey, classmate, you're quite handsome too." But that didn't stop you from climbing the wall, did it? In other words, my looks had nothing to do with breaking the rules. No name exemption, not a chance. From that day on, I never forgot her. She was the top student of our grade, dominating the rankings, a teacher's perfect model student, a righteous and disciplined member of the student council. She was seriously annoying. I had to trip her up somehow. I had to get back at her for making my parents come to school. Liu Ruoyan gave me a brilliant idea. Chase her, make her grades drop, then dump her. God knows how much effort I put into pursuing Liu Ruoyan. The first time I confessed to her, she rejected me outright. I still remember her exact words. "I like smart guys. I got the hint." She was calling me dumb. Hilarious. Like hell, I was going to let that slide. I swore I'd take her top spot in the rankings. So I studied from morning till night. Even my teachers were baffled, thinking I'd lost my mind. They even wanted my parents to take me to the hospital for a checkup. By my second year, my grades skyrocketed. I climbed from rank 200 all the way into the top 50. "Liu Ruoyan," I declared, "now you have to date me, right?" I pointed to the bulletin board where the rankings were posted. She nodded, acknowledging my hard work over the past year. But she still didn't agree to date me. Instead, she said, "Keep up the good work." Look at her acting all high and mighty now. But in the end, she was the one who confessed first. She even begged me to apply to the same university as her. Chat comments. Wow, Liu Ruoyan is such a mastermind. Damn, she had her eyes on Hikon all along, didn't she? She baited him for 3 years, motivating him to study, just so they could go to the same university. A true queen of strategy. And she had the audacity to act all cool. I like smart guys, theft, what a move. Hikong, you really put up with that? But honestly, I'm curious. Why did you still pursue her after she wrote down your name? Shouldn't you have hated her? Su Qingsu finally asked the question. On everyone's mind, Liu Ruoyan also wanted to know the reason. She had asked me countless times. Each time, I would divert the topic and brush it off. I couldn't possibly tell her the truth, could I? I wanted to know the answer myself. Makoto Ito looked at me with curious eyes. Feeling guilty, I lowered my head. Isn't it said that being in love makes one's grades drop? So I thought I'd pursue her. Then, once her grades dropped, I'd dump her. Makoto Ito was drinking water at the time. The next second, he accidentally spat it out. I nearly died laughing. But then, you realized her grades didn't drop at all, right? Exactly. I was depressed about it for a long time. She never even failed a single university-level advanced math course. That's truly terrifying, Su Qingsu said heavily. Liu Ruoyan chuckled. So that's why you were so gloomy back then. I kept asking you why, but you refused to tell me no matter what. And the reason turned out to be this? Under her dangerous gaze, I nodded as if accepting my fate. Barrage! If you've never failed advanced math, you're this. Then I'm this. I'm doomed. Hikong, remember to lock your door at night. Hope we don't see He Kong clutching his waist tomorrow morning. The variety show recording came to an end. My relationship with Liu Ruoyan shot up to the trending topics. Netizens playfully teased that we were having a company-sponsored romance. Liu Ruoyan v. Thanks to all the guests for their cameo appearances. Helping me chase after my husband. Makoto E2V. A piece of cake. Hit me up for another $50 million event next time, yeah? G Boda V. I don't want to play the green tea role anymore. Who understands my pain? Netizens raved. 666. You guys aren't even pretending to act anymore. Everyone was just a part of your elaborate play, huh? The host, fanning the flames of drama, asked, now that you've won the Best Actress award, does he regret it? What do you mean? Was everything on the show just an act? Liu Ruoyan chuckled. Ham, I really went all out to win you over. I couldn't hold back my tears, bawling my eyes out. Liu Ruoyan panicked. Don't cry. You don't have to be this touched, okay? Between sobs, I whimpered. My money ... It's so ... Liu Ruoyan caught between laughter and tears. She threw all her YXK in front of me, then pulled me into her arms. My sobs were completely swallowed by her kiss. Don't cry anymore. It's all yours. I'm yours too. The next morning, I held onto my overworked waist, on the verge of tears. This ... This was too much giving, wasn't it?